Greetings and welcome to Vampire Therapist. I'm KatherineOfSky and I'm absolutely perplexed and amused by the title of this game. So I am looking forward to figuring out exactly what it is. Let's start a brand new game here. Vampire Therapist is a comedy game about the immortal undead processing historical yet personal traumas. References to historical violence and oppression may be upsetting to some. This game was developed in consultation with licensed therapists but should not be considered a substitute for therapy. Unless you're a vampire. Okay, interesting.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man.
Oh dear.
Well, kinda dead at least.
Kinda
See,
dead.
I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. A fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
Interesting. But isn't that like self-defeating? Like, don't... The whole point of a vampire is that they have to drink blood to survive, right? Leipzig,
Well, I think
2024.
this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Strebe?
Uh-huh.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here. Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself. Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Let's ask about the dress
I don't
code.
think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is totally sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
Oh dear.
I hope we will
Well, cowboy
all
gloves
get a
is
bit
made for getting
sweaty.
sweaty.
Good thing we were
Oh,
a little
dear.
on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, mein Liebling. We make each other warm.
Uh-huh.
Reinhard, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Oh, good lord.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
No, I am the naughty one.
Definitely ain't an American no more.
Okay, let's ask him about the
Well,
club.
what's so
I don't want to
special
get
about this
directly
club?
to the point because...
Immernacht is
I
the
don't know.
greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a...
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever. You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
Und I hear that they are now
Okay.
attracting sexy old cowboys.
Shh, Maxi, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
Okay. I want to ask this absolutely last because we want to get them to trust me before they tell me the secret stuff.
The kind where
I don't know if that
we
matters or
dance all
not.
night and get sexy.
Oh, here are them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of.
What?
There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
I don't even know what this means.
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there.
Okay.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though.
Do you?
Hold on,
Glad you know,
compadres.
'cause I
You
don't.
seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Uh-huh. So... the funny ways we think. Okay, high new mind. Sometimes things we can seem black and white, win or lose, famine or feast, live or die, like everything's a big showdown. I don't understand. Am I supposed to answer them with this thinking, or... we only got two options, ways of winning. If I can't get the best saddled, my butt's gonna break, ain't no doubt. Okay. Saloon thinking. Feeling responsibility or soul control, or sort of feeling completely hopeless. What? Neither is true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we're powerless, and feeling untouchable doesn't mean we're invincible. That's saloon. I don't understand this at all. That's saloon thinking either way. Our real capabilities are somewhere in between. So hot branding is like black and white thinking. High noon mind is that things can go either way. And oh no, I did the wrong one. That one that we had was high noon mind. High noon is black and white. Okay. Right? Saloon is anything goes. I guess maybe like I think of a saloon with people and they all have different opinions. Hot branding is I'm a failure, I'm unlikable. How does any of this relate to what they're saying? I don't want to have my own fun. This is the only place to be on Friday night. So I guess that's high noon because it's black and white. It's the only...
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
This is supposed to be the black and white. He's supposed to say, yeah, you're right. This is the only place. Because the saloon is the one where, the night's full of possibilities. I don't understand this.
I don't know what this means, but I like...
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
They look like they're dressed to the nines, man. I'm surprised they haven't got
Maybe I'll
in.
have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend. I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts.
Okay.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Have fun, mate.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, amigo.
Guess that's
you
the
have yourself
password.
A fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
Bring them joy.
Yeah, sure. They're friends of mine.
We might need friends later.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, we gotta be friends. We just spent all this time talking to him.
Here.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Well, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
Or a beaver.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s. What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Full of
She branded
possibilities?
herself a know-nothing. What I call that again? Well, hold on. What'd you just say?
I said I don't know any Sam Walls. I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, Cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Oh, it's one of those kind of clubs. Holy
He's the
fuzzy
only
cats.
real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Okay. I guess Bert, maybe he's the bouncer.
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
And she knows about the vampires, though.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Good luck up there, Cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay. I'm still wondering where the therapy part of this comes in.
Howdy.
There's
It's
the
Sam
couch,
Walls
though. We've
to see
seen
you,
that.
sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin. The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Of course I can
I've
help
been fixing
myself.
myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Okay.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
Okay.
We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
All right.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please,
Okay.
sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know,
All right.
I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your unlife better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them.
Okay.
Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires...
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These
Yeah.
revelations that you had in the woods. Mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
It's funny because those people outside, the Goths, they sounded very German, and this guy sounds very Russian. It's very interesting. Sure. Let's just start from the
I
top.
noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marky Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's
I doubt they
challenges
called him
often turn
Marky.
us into our worst selves.
Jeez.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Holy fuzzy cats.
My apologies. I somehow
This
forgot to
game
remember.
is interesting.
But let us discuss
Whoa,
this.
okay,
How
I
you
didn't
are.
expect that.
I think we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
No, can you just give us normal words, please? Just now I have to remember new words. Okay, so polarized is the Nosferatu. Okay.
It means you are thinking
Jeez.
in black and white.
So why don't you just call it black and white thinking? That's easier for me to remember.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the
God.
distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Well, I think they kind of do.
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
Well, it is the end if you get killed.
A perfect example.
Well,
sir.
I guess if they're vampires, maybe
Try
they
to
don't get
catch me
killed.
using Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Yeah, that's
Is that
definitely...
Nosferatu thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not
What?
arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire. Let us
Okay.
continue. Death eventually comes for us all. Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's
That's
that.
Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you
Okay.
hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
Yeah. Okay. So I get what they're getting at right there. All right.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not?
I don't think it's a terminal word. It's definitely a word of highest. Well, maybe terminal is a. That's
you
a
like to
weird.
discuss
Terminal
more
is a
of your
very weird
revelations with
way
me?
to describe it. Sorry, my brain is not working very well today. Okay. Sure.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
Okay. But isn't that black and white thinking? That's the same thing.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy. Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create
Well,
this illusion
I can argue with that
stops
one
us
for
from
sure.
attempting to change our perceived situations.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang, and maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
Sure. Yeah, you just go to the store and try to buy milk during COVID. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess that's the control
Oh, you're
fallacy.
testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative.
I do feel like they're explaining things really strangely. Like in the book, when we read the book, one that used to be the saloon thinking sounded like there are endless possibilities, and now it's like, nope, it's having a control issue, and I feel like this game is very confused.
Listen to my next few
It's confusing the heck out of
try
me.
to find a control fallacy. Simply, the sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
Well, that sounds like a
My
fact.
kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you can always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so
That
you
is
don't
very
need to be
true.
lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified. I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Sure.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
It's kind of funny. Like, I'm thinking about this, and like, this one doesn't seem to belong with these other things. I feel like it's a completely different part of
Once
psychology.
I got away, I realized how small-minded that
This is so
was.
strange.
I
This
was
game is
Sam
really
before I
strange.
was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Yeah, because that's what they do. It's their job to be killers, dude. You know, they gotta own it. It's fine. If you're in a gang, you're in a gang, right?
I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
Labeling. Okay. Why does this have, like, these two are normal psychological terms. This one, Nosferatu thinking? Really? No.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a
strange.
reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill.
You know, he's right. And so that's why I always name my cats really nice, pleasant, pretty names that they have something to grow into, rather than, I remember, like at the pet shelter, they name them very weird little names, but I want them to have good stuff. But I do feel like they're correct. When you label yourself a certain way, then it's this, okay, that's what you are and that's all you are. And I hate when people try to put me in a box. Doctors love to do this to you. Oh, well, you're this, you're that. And no, I'm not. You know, I have more possibilities than you can even think of. So it's kind of a strange thing.
For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin.
Okay.
But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had.
You know, there's a difference between labeling yourself in a positive way, in a reductive way, and labeling yourself in a different way. Like, you can say, I'm creative, instead of, yes, I'm a painter and only a painter, but I'm a creative allows you to do everything. You know, I mean, like, of course, painters can do everything as well, but they're right that you kind of like block out other possibilities of what you can do. So I try to not label myself at all. I don't say, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm so old for this, I'm this. And I'm thinking, I don't feel old. I feel I have experience in the world, and I've learned a lot of things. I wouldn't trade those years of experience for anything, you know, because they give you knowledge and they give you a sense of you can do all kinds of things. But I think it's kind of a weird thing to label yourself in any way whatsoever.
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next. I am so old, I am ancient.
So what did I say?
Oh, come on. I know you've been kicking around a long time, but don't go labeling yourself as ancient.
But according to definition, I am ancient. It is not a label, but a specific classification of my age.
Okay,
Well,
trying to trick
you
us
look pretty
here.
good for being ancient, then.
The secret is moisturizer. But let us
Oh my
continue.
God.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
That's also a true fact.
It seems you have missed my labeling. Let us begin
Dude!
once more.
So how is calling yourself ancient and that's a fact, but a mass murder is also a fact? You know what I mean?
am
Like,
so
this
old,
doesn't
I
even
am
make
ancient.
sense.
Call me
All right.
whatever you like. How
Yeah,
shall
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
describe myself?
Well, that's
Okay.
about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they're kind of missing the point here in a lot of ways. Like, if they're going to say mass murder is a label, then they have to say ancient is a label because they are both facts. So it's the same kind of a concept, and I don't know why one is and one isn't. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me the way they're presenting this. I think that the examples are a bit odd.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, but you were a mass murderer as well.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me.
And technically, he was probably just either a murderer or a serial killer. It's very difficult to be a mass murderer, especially if he was killing in a time when they didn't have bombs and stuff. It sounds like he maybe had swords or something. And a mass murder is where the person would kill many people on the same day. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it does count if he killed many people in a battle or something. But usually that's called being a soldier and not being a murderer.
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all.
Sorry, I watched too
Or
much
at
true
least the ones
true
that were most
crime.
obvious to me.
That you
Okay.
recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on. You're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through unlife.
But the thing about this is there's so many concepts in psychology. Why are we focusing on only 3? And one that has, like, it just doesn't even fit with the others. It's like apple, pear, giraffe, you know?
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
You know, the thing is that when you say, hey, that's dope, usually that means it's a good thing. Back in the day, dope was a negative thing, as in dopey of the Seven Dwarfs with Snow White and kicking around and all that. So I'm not sure that he's using correct terminology. Maybe he hasn't hung out with modern people or something.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves.
And drink lots of blood.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges.
Oh, yeah?
One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
So your idea of, like, the perfect life, dude, is to, like, I don't know, psychologize people and, like, manipulate them into becoming your perfect, I don't know, wine glass of blood or what?
I ain't never heard that one before, but
I just had these visions of Star Trek of, like, you know, Commander Riker with a straw in his head and Data drinking. Was it Data drinking his head things? Remember, it was that alien one. It was a really strange alien episode. That one. Oh yeah, that was when Data's dreams. Yeah, when he installed the dream chip, or when Dr. Noonien Sung installed the dream chip. Yeah.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind,
Sorry.
then I am well satisfied.
Slight tangent.
I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you.
I think we've already beat it to death,
each
like
one
a
will contain a
you know, a dead
cognitive
horse
distortion
here.
for you to identify.
Oh
I
dear.
will be, if I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Huh? It's none of them. Maybe it's a control thing? This is just stating a fact. There's no, like, weird thinking at all. It's just...
Well, there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground
Oh,
rules
in
for
that
guests.
way.
Or some newspaper.
Or
Okay.
express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another.
Okay.
I am Andromachos, the ancient darkness.
It just didn't
the
seem that
scourge
desperate
of the
to me.
Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Yeah, but these are great titles.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong.
I don't know if you heard that or
Those
not. My
names
door
followed
just
me for
slammed shut
millennia.
because of air movement.
Let me try another then.
Okay.
If my club's revenues do not
Why was it
significantly
stifling?
increase,
Those were,
I will
like,
end up
impressive
living on the
names.
street.
That's
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway. Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must
Okay.
receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
I mean, having a therapist when you need one is kind of a very nice thing if you have a good therapist. I've tried good ones and bad ones, and I had a really good one for a long time, and then he quit his practice, and then now I'm kind of don't have any therapist, but I'm kind of doing okay, you know? So I don't think you always need a therapist. I think that's kind of a bit odd, but they can help you. They can. I'm not going to say they always do, because you can get bad ones. Man, I had one that the one who quit on us, he was like, "Oh yeah, here's this great therapist," and he sat there like paint on a wall, and I even told him that. I said, "You know, like, a therapist needs to give me advice. I want your thoughts. You know, how do I fix this situation I'm in, you know?" "Oh, no, I don't. I'm too old to learn new tricks." And I'm like, whoa. He's just literally sitting there like paint on a wall. I'm paying for him to be a wall. Perfect. Yeah, I stopped that very quickly.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
Yeah.
Hey, Andromachos.
Get your pronunciation in order, Sam. Come
Just call
on.
me Andy.
Oh, God.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Fascinating. Huh.
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on a dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, Cowboy?
All right, should we tell her?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Oh, so maybe he's got a whole like slew of people coming in here.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Oh my.
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Really?
Dang. Must
You ain't kidding, Cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula. But what are you doing talking to me,
Fascinating.
cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard, look. It's the sexy old guy again.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
Oh, I'm not sure you're interested in his kind of luck. You might end up with holes on your neck.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Uh-huh. Huh. I want to buy him a drink. There's nothing...
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
So how... They're going to ask you, like, how are you in this country if you don't even have any currency? Like, you didn't just appear here, right? Like, this is a foreign country. How did you get here? You didn't just, like, land from Star Trek transporter. You had to come on a boat, train, ship. And they don't just drop you off at a random bar. You've had to get through airports and eat food. Maybe not food on the way home, on the way down. So this doesn't, you're telling them lies, and they're going to see right through that, hopefully.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have all the sexy old men.
That's hilarious.
All right, I'll buy
I
each
always
of them
thought
old
John
men
Adams
sexy.
on the picture on the bill of the United States, the $5 bill, I think it was. I always thought he was pretty handsome. Okay.
I like Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton. Oh,
posture
God.
is
Yeah,
just
his hair was
so
amazing.
Pow.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say?
A snack?
Snack?
No, I've never heard that term. A snack. Huh.
I get it. You like older men.
Tasty, maybe, but not a snack. What do we say here?
I ain't
All right.
buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun.
Aha.
You kids are too much.
Okay.
I ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Can we just move on?
Are
Do we
you
need to go
making
through
a
every
joke?
answer?
We are at a bar.
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
You know, I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two. I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Mein Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
Please, we are here to party, but get a laser printer.
Well, thanks for the tip.
Jesus.
That ink seems to be more valuable than blood. Well, these kids just ain't gonna leave me
No,
alone.
it's not expensive to buy ink for either a laser or an inkjet printer, but laser printers are expensive. I guess I think the ink thingies are more expensive to buy. Just depends what you're printing, you know? There we go. Finally.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Well, I mean, you know, yeah, well, that makes sense, the drink exchange thing. Okay, yeah, of course. Because he was saying he's spending a fortune to keep this bar running.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here. Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the Kink room?
Oh, you call it that. Okay, fun.
Wait, Kink room?
You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you. Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
Wow, so they're all in on this?
My neck throbs with anticipation.
You know, they probably think he's just a regular person that drinks blood. Because there are people who do this. They're a little bit nuts, I think. I've seen some people, like, on YouTube, little documentaries and stuff. But so they don't actually think he's a real vampire. Not for real.
Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
Yeah, well,
Really?
you got me pegged.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign
Oh
myself
my
up for it.
god. That is. Oh, really?
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Damn. This is such a naughty game. Holy shit.
Oh, your teeth
I mean,
look
holy fuzzy
perfect.
cats. Sorry.
Are you going to bite me with those?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
Well, step right on up.
Bite the veins. What the heck? Okay, first of all, there's only... Well, actually, is this a vein? I don't even know what I'm looking at. This sort of looks like an elbow or a shoulder. There's hair, I think. The coat collar? Oh, this is his neck. Oh, these are his lips. Okay, that's his face. This is a weird mini game. I'm thinking this is an artery, the red one, and the blue ones are the veins. So let's just have a go.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
Okay, let's not bite the collar.
Ouch! Meine Arterien!
Oh, whoops.
Dang it, let me try that again.
Let me try it again.
Oh, Reinhard. The hot old vampire wore me out.
Me
Aw.
too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
What? Oh, I guess it's, yeah, they get tired because they're in IT. Uh-huh. That's a really, really, like, nerdy joke right
I
there.
will get us
The
a
mail
taxi
server
cab,
thing.
Liebchen. Und du, Cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella.
Uh-huh.
You can help me with my new laser printer.
Right.
Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist.
Like
you
a
must
guest
be well
room.
rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Uh-huh.
Well, dang. This is mighty
Wow.
plush.
It's got a little
Guess it's one of
TV
them
in there as
smart
well.
coffins.
Ha! Smart coffin, really?
Let's see what's on TV.
Dude.
Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
Oh, God.
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay.
I'm
Hope I'm
amused
cut
that there
out
are
for all this.
dials. This is like so old school. Oh my god. I haven't seen a menu or anything in this game. I'm not even sure how to like stop.
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
Okay. Can I press escape? I can. Okay. I think we're going to finish right here. We seem to have finished a sort of chapter, as in, like, we finished the whole first day and we figured out what's going on and how naughty this game is, and talking about things that adults really probably, I don't know if kids would get that or not. I have no idea. Anyway, I try to keep my content family friendly. I had no idea there was those kind of references in this. But anyway, I wanted to check out this game because the title was really funky. So here you go. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.